Space Jam is a strange film in the history of cinema. Films like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and a few others had blended animation with live action in the past, and sports stars making the leap to the big screen isn't a huge stretch either. What was unique was it was one of the first times in history where a television commercial was developed into a motion picture. Unlike the Ernest character, which was just transposed into his own adventures, or the ill-conceived Geico cavemen, Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny were two of the most well-known icons in America, and in a large part of the world in the early 90s, when the Nike ads titled Air Jordan and Aerospace Jordan premiered. The concept was fleshed out somewhat into a loony film. It almost didn't happen when Jordan decided to retire from basketball. It wasn't until Jordan got the ill-conceived notion to try his hand at baseball when the project picked up steam again. Incorporating real-world events into a fictional universe of a fictionalized Michael Jordan, who is summoned to the Land of Toons by Bugs Bunny and his friends when they are threatened. The film was a huge hit for Warner Brothers with a total of over $230 million at the box office. A sequel went into development in 1997 and seemed inevitable, but as time went on, the chances seemed less and less likely. When Joe Dante's Looney Tunes Back in Action failed at the box office, talks of any more Looney Tunes films subsided for the most part. That was until in recent years, talks of Space Jam 2 wouldn't go away. When word of LeBron James being involved circulated, things seemed to heat up even more. It then got lost in the shuffle of other entertainment news and real-world events over time. That was until a week ago, when the first look at James in the new uniform dropped online. It seems that in the quiet time since the idea was first put into the public sphere, there's been a lot going on. Recently, a few potential leaks about the film have surfaced. Those combined with the leaks from March, we may now have a bigger picture of what Space Jam 2 is really all about. In this video, we will explore what we know so far about the long-in-development sequel. We will go over the potential leaks, and some evidence that may support this short synopsis. A warning for our viewers, this may contain potential spoilers for Space Jam 2. Since the original Space Jam in 1996, Warner Brothers has been trying to get a sequel off the ground. When Michael Jordan passed on returning for a sequel, the studio explored other possible replacements, such as NASCAR driver Jeff Gordon, titled Race Jam, pro golfer Tiger Woods, and professional skateboarder Tony Hawk, titled Skate Jam. At one point, Warner Brothers re-entered the film into development as Spy Jam and was to star Jackie Chan, but that too fell by the wayside. In early 2014, things started to take shape when Warner Brothers announced they were developing a sequel with LeBron James, taking the idea back to being about a basketball tournament. Ryan Coogler signed on as a producer and writer in 2018, and directors Justin Lin and Terrence Nance both were involved but fell out over time, and then it was decided that Soul Man and Undercover Brother director Malcolm D. Lee was the right man for the job. Principal photography began on June 25, 2019, and the film was said to also feature Don Cheadle and Sonequa Martin Green of Star Trek Discovery. The cast also supposedly includes real-life NBA stars Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, and Kyle Kuzma. The film wrapped late last summer, with very little to speak of since then, or so we thought. With all that's happening in the world right now, and with Hollywood in turmoil as well, it's easy to see how Space Jam news would fly under the radar. Recently, a possible leak of the film's plot and characters has made its way online. After coming across these leaks, we decided to look into them a little further. After a quick rundown of what we were told, you will likely see why. Before we go any further, we will give you one last potential spoiler warning for Space Jam 2. The 4chan leak reads, anyway, the plot is, funnily enough, about the evil Warner Brothers studio heads who want to fire the Looney Tunes because people don't care about cartoons anymore. The audience wants gritty live-action characters. So obviously, the logical course of action is to settle it in a game of basketball against the gritty guys where they get to stay if they win. The boss of WB puts together a team of villains that include the Joker, Pennywise, Wicked Witch, The Mask, Agent Smith, Voldemort, and the Gremlins. Those are the only ones I've seen so far anyway. When they see fucking Pennywise in a jersey, they ask for some help from, you guessed it, LeBron James. Lolo's got a redesign. No more bunny tits because PC. Sorry, furries. Don Cheadle plays the boss of Warner Brothers, aka the villain. Animaniacs show up here and there. Although we must express to take this synopsis and character descriptions as rumor, there might be some basis of truth in these leaks. From what we've learned from the leaks, one wouldn't be blamed for feeling like the idea sounded completely insane and unreal, or unbelievably awesome and too good to be true. However, it isn't as insane as either party may think. LEGO Batman is a prime example of a very similar situation. The fact that all of the characters named are Warner Bros. Owned properties also adds a lot of credence to these rumors. Even if those were the only cases presented going forward with how to judge those leaks, just wait folks, that's not all. Back in March, a leak from the rap party made its way online. Though the footage was deleted from the original outlet, DCUverse, a few other outlets did pick up on it unbeknownst to most of the public. In the footage, besides LeBron James, the special effects crew, and other potential cast, clearly seen are The Mask, the Wicked Witch of the West, the Joker, and Pennywise the Clown. All things lead to a possibility that this is a fairly accurate breakdown of what we can expect from Space Jam 2: A New Legacy. What do you think about the leaks? And tell us if you're excited to see LeBron James in Space Jam 2 in the comments.